Our ABC Allied Etch Control is a liquid that will help you control the pH levels in your dampening solution tank. If you work in factories with heavy calcium contamination, meaning you have a lot of calcium, magnesium, iron in your incoming tap water, you will quite frequently notice that the pH of your dampening solution will increase day by day. So if you today, for instance, dose a fresh fountain solution like we're doing here, we're adding 2% fountain solution to a liter of water, and we will then show you what the pH would look like in a freshly dosed fountain solution. As you can see, when we now insert our pH meter, the freshly dosed fountain solution will come in with a pH reading of around 4.9, which is typically what you see in fountain solution tanks around the world. Now, as you then print, you will get return from paper fibers, paper fillers, you will have the calcium from the incoming tap water, and slowly your pH, which was 4.9, will start to creep up. Here we are adding diluted calcium carbonate, which is to symbolize the incoming water calcium, or the paper fillers which are feeding back into the dampening solution tank. And as you can see, the pH has now increased from 4.9 in a fresh fountain solution to 6.6 with the addition of the calcium carbonate. And this is typically what will happen in your dampening solution tank over a number of days if you live in heavily calcium contaminated areas, or you have paper which have poor fillers or poor sizing, so the fillers will leach out of the paper and end up in your dampening solution tank. Now, how to control this? In the old days, you would have to dump your dampening solution tank and measure fresh fountain solution. But today we have overcome this problem by using our Etch Control, which will help you bring the pH back under control. So what we typically do is we will take in the water tank, we will see, okay, what is our pH, and we will then add a suitable amount of Etch Control. Here, for demonstration purposes, we will add 1 capful to our 1 liter of water, which has now been contaminated with calcium carbonate, and we will show it to you right here how efficient the Etch Control is to really bring the pH back under control. So we are adding 1 capful, as you can see, straight into the glass with the calcium fountain solution and water. We'll stir it a little bit around, make sure it's mixed, and then we will measure the pH again, and you should see that the pH has now been brought back under control at a level of about 5.2. It is important you have a good pH control, because if your pH becomes too alkaline, your ink and water balance will be very difficult to maintain, and you will have endless printing problems. So for pH control, use our Etch Control, and you should be able to print for much longer times. Also, if you print with UV inks, you will also experience the pH will slowly creep up towards alkaline levels, and again, then you will use our Etch Control, and you can maintain your dampening reservoir for a much longer time than you normally would be able to. So call your distributor for Etch Control.